Alice is a young girl who was bored and sleepy, sitting by a riverbank with her sister who was reading a book. Suddenly, she notices a white rabbit, distinctively dressed in a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch, exclaiming he is late. Curious and fascinated, Alice decides to follow the rabbit down a rabbit hole and soon finds herself falling into a deep tunnel. She lands in a strange, fantastical world called Wonderland. Alice finds herself in a hallway lined with doors of all sizes. She discovers a key on a glass table, but it doesn't fit any of the doors except a tiny one that she can't get through. She finds a bottle labeled "Drink Me," which makes her shrink to a size small enough to go through the door. However, she realizes she left the key on the table and can't reach it. Next, she eats a cake labeled "Eat Me," which makes her grow so large that her head hits the ceiling. Eventually, through a series of size-altering consumables, Alice manages to get her size just right and enters a beautiful garden. Alice's adventure continues as she explores Wonderland and meets a series of bizarre characters. She first encounters a mouse in a pool of her own tears, shed when she was large. The mouse tells her his story, which Alice misunderstands, but they swim to shore together and meet other animals who engage in a caucus race, a nonsensical race where everyone runs in a circle and everyone wins. Next, Alice meets a blue caterpillar sitting on a mushroom and smoking a hookah. The caterpillar is abrupt and unhelpful at first, but eventually advises Alice to eat from the mushroom to control her size. One side of the mushroom makes her grow, and the other side makes her shrink. This advice helps Alice continue her journey through Wonderland, though she continues to struggle with her size. Alice encounters the Duchess, a grotesque and unpleasant woman, and her cook, who is making a soup with too much pepper, causing everyone to sneeze constantly. The Duchess's baby turns into a pig, and the Cheshire Cat appears, perched in a tree. The Cheshire Cat, who can appear and disappear at will, gives Alice cryptic advice, telling her that everyone in Wonderland is mad, including himself. Following the Cheshire Cat's directions, Alice arrives at the March Hare's house and joins the Mad Hatter's tea party. The tea party is chaotic and nonsensical, with the Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse engaging in absurd conversations and riddles. They switch places at the table constantly, as if time has stopped. The Hatter explains that he quarreled with time and now it is always 6 o'clock, hence the perpetual tea time. Frustrated by the lack of logic, Alice leaves the tea party. Alice then enters the garden of the Queen of Hearts, where she witnesses playing cards painting white roses red to avoid the Queen's wrath. The Queen of Hearts is a tyrannical ruler who constantly orders beheadings at the slightest offense, though her orders are rarely carried out. Alice plays a game of croquet with the Queen, using flamingos as mallets and hedgehogs as balls. The game is chaotic, with the Queen shouting for heads to be off and the players constantly changing positions. During the game, Alice encounters the Cheshire Cat again. The King of Hearts tries to have the Cheshire Cat beheaded, but since only its head is visible, the executioner and the Queen argue about how to behead it. Alice eventually leaves the scene, continuing her journey through Wonderland. Alice next meets the Mock Turtle and the Griffin, who tell her fantastical stories and sing songs. The Mock Turtle describes his schooling under the sea, and the Griffin leads Alice to the courtroom where the Knave of Hearts is on trial for stealing the Queen's tarts. The trial is a farce, with nonsensical evidence and arbitrary procedures. Witnesses include the Mad Hatter, the cook, and Alice herself. During the trial, Alice starts growing larger again. She becomes more confident and begins to challenge the absurdity of the court's proceedings. She argues with the king and queen, and finally declares, "You're nothing but a pack of cards." At this exclamation, the playing cards rise up and attack her. Alice suddenly wakes up on the riverbank, realizing that her adventures in Wonderland were just a dream. She tells her sister about her strange and wonderful dream, and her sister imagines a future where Alice retains her sense of wonder and imagination. Alice's journey through Wonderland is marked by a series of encounters with strange and whimsical characters, each contributing to the surreal and dreamlike quality of the story. The narrative explores themes of identity, logic, and the fluidity of time and space, wrapped in a playful, imaginative world that has captivated readers for generations. Throughout the story, Alice undergoes a transformation. At first, she is a curious but somewhat passive observer of Wonderland's peculiarities. As she navigates the bizarre landscape and interacts with its inhabitants, she learns to assert herself and question the absurdity around her. Her growth is symbolized by her constant changes in size, reflecting her fluctuating self-perception and confidence. The White Rabbit serves as the catalyst for Alice's journey, leading her into the fantastical world of Wonderland. His constant worry about being late hints at the theme of time, which is further explored through the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. The concept of time in Wonderland is fluid and nonsensical, contrasting with the rigid structure of the real world. The Cheshire Cat embodies the whimsical and unpredictable nature of Wonderland. His enigmatic smiles and cryptic advice highlight the illogical logic that governs this world. The Queen of Hearts represents arbitrary authority and the absurdity of power, with her constant cries of "off with their heads," showcasing the irrationality of tyranny. The trial scene serves as a climax, where the absurdity of Wonderland's justice system is laid bare. Alice's growth is evident as she challenges the nonsensical proceedings, culminating in her declaration that Wonderland is merely a pack of cards. This moment of clarity signifies her awakening from the dream. Something I Never Told You by Shravya Binder is a poignant exploration of love, loss, and the power of communication. It is a reminder that the words left unsaid can sometimes be the most important ones, shaping the course of our lives in profound ways. Through Ronnie and Adira's journey, the story beautifully illustrates the importance of expressing our true feelings and the strength that comes from being open and vulnerable with those we love. The novel leaves readers with a lingering sense of introspection, encouraging them to reflect on their own lives and the unspoken words that may be holding them back. It is a testament to the enduring power of love and the courage it takes to be truly honest with ourselves and others. Alice's adventures in Wonderland are not just a series of whimsical episodes, they are a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Her interactions with the eccentric inhabitants of Wonderland challenge her perceptions and force her to navigate a world where the usual rules do not apply. In the end, Alice emerges with a stronger sense of self and a newfound ability to question and challenge the absurdities of the world around her. Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland remains a timeless classic, beloved for its imaginative storytelling, playful language, and rich symbolism. It invites readers to embrace their inner child, question the status quo, and explore the boundaries of reality and imagination. Alice's journey is a celebration of curiosity, resilience, and the transformative power of wonder.